Hello! Welcome to a new Heroes of the Storm video. This will be a map tier list, and this tier list will be based on how fun a map is, and I've been thinking about it, and I think also considering how fun or not fun it is to lose on these maps. I think that makes a difference. I'll also be taking into consideration just the general design and feel of the map. Without further ado though, let's get started. Alterac Pass. This is the newest addition to Heroes of the Storm in terms of maps, and I'm going to put it, at least for now, it's a weird place to start, but I'm going to put this one in A tier. I love the capturing of the objectives. I like how they can go on at the same time, like both teams can capture at the same time. I really like how the objective goes down the lane, and they empower the heroes that are in it. The healing's empowered, the damage is empowered. That's nice. We've had, however, the whole one thing goes down each lane. Like that's not new. Um, some other unique elements. There's one camp on this map, and it respawns every, I believe it's 90 seconds. So that creates some interesting dynamics. There's a boss on the top and then the bottom, and so often these decide the game. And I think that's a positive thing. I like bosses, and I like when they are a power play. However, I found that sometimes it's just too easy to divert the other team up and then go get the bottom one. And there are some team comps where you can take it in, 10, 15 seconds. So, take that as however you want, but I think that can be a negative thing. And lastly, the cores on this map have health that can regenerate, and they have armor based on how many keeps are remaining. And this can feel, I think this is a good mechanic, but it can also be a negative one just because you work hard, you make a play with your team, and you push it to down to 25%, and then it goes all the way back up again. I mean, overall, it's probably a good mechanic. It's a unique map, so I'm gonna put it in A tier for now. Next, we have Braxis Holdout, and you're gonna notice a theme where I am not a huge fan of two-lane maps. Maybe this is because I like getting small macro advantages on the maps with, more camps or more lanes, or I can double soak or whatever. So Braxis goes in C tier for me. I don't think it's the worst map in the game. I just don't think it's very special. However, there are pluses to this map. One of the pluses that is that for those who like to fight, it's a non-stop fight. You can fight all game long. There's a small period in between the objectives where you can grab camps, and then it's straight back to fighting in lane. So that's a positive. It feels, I like that aspect of it, and it's probably the best two-lane map. I'll bump it up to B tier for now, just while I think this over. And the objective is a little polarizing. Whoever wins the first objective, I don't know what the statistic is, but I'm guessing it's like 70% chance you'll win the rest of the game. Next, we got Garden of Terror. And just to be clear, I'm rating the current Garden of Terror, not the old one. The current Garden of Terror didn't introduce a very unique idea. However, it's an idea that's already been very effective in the game where one thing goes down each lane, you have to collect 3 tributes, blah, 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 blah. Or seeds, as they call them. So what I do like about this map, it's a 3-lane map. It's quite up and down. It's quite wide, or tall, I should say. And I like that there's many camps on this map, and the timing of the camps is really important for the objectives. Um, this just comes off as a very average map to me. It's not very unique in any way. I like the vibe of the whole Gardens of Terror, blah blah blah. That's nice, but it was a little bit more unique before. Um, yeah, it goes in B tier, but I do really enjoy this map because it's my style of map. I like big maps, lots of camps, big distances. Well, there is an outlier here, though, to that rule. Next, we got Hanamura, which I'm going to put in the C tier category. I don't like how weak the objective is, and I also don't like the camps on this map so much. They just feel like chores. I don't know. I don't love them so much, and I'm not big on two-lane maps. The payload's an interesting idea, but it could be executed even better, I think. I'm being a little harsh here, but remember, this is based on my personal preference. Um, Next, we have Infernal Shrines, which for me goes in S tier. I love the objective on this map. I love that there rotate positions. I like that there's lots of camps on this map. I like that the offlane is slightly more separated as well. Um, there's a bottom camp. There's no boss, which I on this map I see as a positive thing. The objective is weaker, way weaker in the early game and way stronger in the late game, so you can make smart team decisions whether you can maybe skip the first objective and get the top fort, whatever. I think this is a great map, and it's one of those that the games last usually longer, and I like that about this map. I'm sure many of you will disagree on this one. Warhead Junction goes against my whole I like big maps, blah blah blah, because I just think the objective is awful. I hate the objective on this map. And every time on this map, it's just a bad feel. The map's got a bad vibe. And I'm happy it's not in ranked because it's just not a good one. I don't have much to say here other than I don't like the way they've done this map. If the objective was different, we'd maybe like make it so that it's one big nuke that you pick up, then it's a whole different ball game. Then it could get really interesting. Next we got what is this called? The Battle of the Immortals? No, something like that. I think this one is. It's really hard to decide. I think it goes in the same tier as Hanamura, and they're kind of interchangeable in terms of the ranking. What I like about this map, I think it's unique that there's a map where this is the most polarizing map in terms of hero picking in ranked in the draft phase, because you always have to pick someone who can burn fast and that. And even if you pick a solid comp, you can end up losing the game because you suck at the objective. Um, so that being said, that's something to me which can be very polarizing at lower ranks and not so fun. And it honestly kind of ruins the experience of the map for me, and therefore it goes here. I will say the objective is quite unique. Um, it's just not a very feel-good map. I don't like it. Now, Pirates Bay, is that what this one's called? Blackheart's Bay? Is that what it's called? Yeah. This is an OG map. It's not ranked anymore. Very unfortunate because I actually really enjoy this map. It's got one of the best vibes. I don't know how balanced it was, but it's got one of the best vibes in the game. I almost want to put it in A tier. Yeah, I'm going to put it in A tier. I love the turning into doubloons. I love the camps giving you coins. I love different ways you can play this map. The boss is slightly weak. I will mention it's gonna go down to B because I'm just a little unsure. But I do love the vibe of this map. I don't know how competitive it is and why it's not in competitive. But around B, one of my own favorites. Cursed Hollow is just a classic map. It's got to go in A, even though my liking of it has gone down a little bit. It's a double boss map, which is really a big deal. And since the bosses are more on your side of the map, you can make boss plays much easier. Um, and what can I say? I think that this map is just, the OG map in terms of you start out the game and you have to win 5 games of Crystal Hollow. This is the first map everyone sees, at least now. I don't know how it was in Alpha. I can't remember. Um, and the tributes are somewhat interesting, and I love how towers get deactivated, blah blah blah. But it has lost its appeal a little bit as time goes on, but it's still an A tier map, and I have to respect it. Next we have Shire, which I've been playing this game since alpha, and I'm probably over my different accounts. I'm probably over level, I don't know, 1,500, and I still don't know how to play this map perfectly. It's just got such a unique dynamic with needing to capture both points, and then you have to cap the objective, the different strategies, how many people in each lane, all that. It's quite a complex map, and it still doesn't get tiring to me. I love the camp placements on this map, and the off lane and that battle that goes on there. So, and then this map also favors high mobility characters, but what do you do in team fights? Because you might have to sacrifice team fight for high mobility and wave clear. So it's just a really interesting map to me. I'm going to put it at the top of S tier as the best design map in the game, in my opinion. Next, we got Haunted Mines, which I understand at the time this map was still around. I was probably not as good at the game as I am now, but I had a lot of fun on this map. I love the mechanic of entering the mines and all that. And I understand that it was a little bit polarizing because when you lost the first objective, you usually lose the whole game because the globs are so strong. But I wish they would bring it back because I really like the vibe of this map. And again, this could be unpopular, but I'm gonna put this map, we'll say, in the middle of A tier. Well, I'll be considerate. I'm gonna put it in an A. But I'm really curious to hear what you guys think of this map. Next, we got Sky Temple, which this is a personal thing, right? But I honestly, I kind of can't. I'm gonna put Braxis down to, it's best. It deserves. Where do we put Braxis? This is a headache. No, Braxis has to go down to a C, and Sky Temple can go on top here. Uh, I I can't stand Sky Temple. I don't like playing it. I don't like the what's the word? Inevitability of the objective. Uh, but there are some positives. I think it encourages some interesting splits in team fights. But it does, however, make it so there's less 5v5s, which I don't like. I think the boss is an interesting play. However, it's a really strong boss on this map, and it can feel really bad to lose to the boss at level 20. Um, I don't know what else to say about this map other than it's a personal dislike for me. And I'm gonna go as far as to say I think I like Braxis a little more, but I did scoot it down to C. Next, we got Tomb of the Spider Queen, which is in some ways similar to Braxis, where the objective is just fighting in lane. Um, but something about turning in the gems reminds me a little bit of the doubloon map, and I think it's done in a almost better way. And the vibe of the map and how it's a smaller map as well. I quite like this map actually, and I like that the objective's not that strong. That it's just polarizing to lose the first one, so you can still hold on to your gems and then get 2 consecutive turn-ins and still be just fine. Um, so this one will go, and I also like the aspect of the boss being in the top lane, so you have to watch out about top, and there's a little bit more focus on there, on the top one. I will mention that I think the camps are weak on this map, or at least I don't find that they are as impactful. Maybe it's because it's a small map. I'm gonna put this one, has to go above Haunted Mines, probably about there. Next, or as a, since this is my list, I'm putting it above Cursed Hollow. Next we got Towers of Doom. I believe this is the second newest map to the game, and I know I have friends who hate this map, but I personally think it's a really interesting spin on the game. I'm gonna put this one all the way up in A tier, the top of A tier even. Um, I think I love the idea with taking. You know what? I've had a change of heart here because the only thing I don't love about this map is that the game plans become very clear on this map. You have control of bottom lane, so you can drive in the camps, and then if you keep the bottom tower, you win the game. That I don't actually like so much. At lower ranks, it's more interesting, but I'll still put it here because I do love the vibe of this map and that you can't touch the core. But I love all the different ways you can get shots. I like how the game is never over. I've won several times with only having 1 hit point on the core for half the game. And it's just a really unique way to play the game. I don't know what else to say. It's a personal thing. I'd like to hear what you guys think, but it's definitely one of the most unique maps in the game. It works very differently. So next we got Volskaya. Volskaya is. I want to put it. I realize now I should probably bop Haunted Mines here. It's been a long time, and I think I realize that it's great and the vibe's great, but the map was probably a little too polarizing. Volskaya, I'm gonna bop in. Man, do I like it more than Alterac Pass? I'm gonna put it in S because I love the idea that the objective is on 1 point, everyone fights for it, it's back and forth, and then you get to mount in this epic mech where 2 people pilot it, and then you have to be a little bit wary about who goes in it because the other team can dive your backline, and so many things go on this map. The camps are a little bit lackluster, but it's not a big deal, and I think this map is still fantastic. Great addition to the game. And that being said, that's my finished tier list of the maps. This is a video where I'm actually really curious to see what you guys say, because you guys might change my opinions. But as a side note, I think the Heroes of the Storm maps are something that make this game really unique. I really like the maps, and I wish they had released some more. Bring back Haunted Mines. Bring back the doubloon map, please. I want to see them again. Prove to me that they're not good for competitive. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe, hit the like button for more Heroes of the Storm content, and I'll see you guys soon.